Look, the stocks of companies that cater to home, that cater to ingenuity using Shopify. We have one today, Chipotle. The companies that fell a great deal and made a snapback, like a Twilio, where it makes it so that you can take your small business and take it large. What do these things have in common? They're omni-channel for companies that would otherwise fail. And I think this is an ingenuity quarter. I know there'll be people who say it's a V quarter. I know there'll be people who say it's because the Fed. I think it's companies that recognize what was the matter and found ways to make money. I found it a very inspiring quarter, given the cynicism that we're surrounded with and the negativity, which is frankly overwhelming for many people.
So you think that even though the Fed has bought, $1.7 trillion in treasuries in 4 months, and even as that pace flattens out, we're going to continue to get innovation like that?
I find that there's just innovation everywhere. I had Honeywell on last night. I mean, they're solving the problem of the vials with plastic. You know, there aren't enough vials to go around if it's just glass. We have and if we have some sort of vaccine, they're solving with ultraviolet the problems of cleanliness in airplanes, maybe even movie theaters. They're solving the problems of building air. I see companies all the time. Now, I mean, some of the things that you see that are inventive, you may laugh at, like the chicken sandwich from Popeyes that has allowed them to have up 20% numbers. But I have seen the companies that we're talking about that did well. These companies pivoted. These companies understood what had to happen, and it's joyous. And I like them, and I like the fact that there are businesses with CEOs who adjust and who make money for their shareholders and are not just caught up with the incredible speculation, which I think is wrong, or the sense that there's all who enter are going to be facing doom. So I know that there's not been a lot of M&A, David. We saw a mirror. I know that's not that big. I know that there's a lot of people who believe this is 100% Fed and Secretary Mnuchin. I think there's a lot of companies, David, that are just doing exciting things, recognizing the new environment, and as Satya Nadella said, accelerating the whole digitization by a couple of years. Maybe it's more than that as we listen to Micron later in the show.
Looking forward to that interview, Jim, as well. But, you know, when it comes to this theme that you're talking about in terms of innovation and potentially efficiency, I do come back to what I continue to hear, which is it is going to be a different world. Sanjay Mehrotra will be joining us, as Jim said. It is going to be a different world when we get to the other side of this. There are going to be there is going to be a significant percentage of your workforce that works remotely, that you're going to let work remotely, that you're going to be happy to have work remotely. You're not going to need the space that you once did. You're also using this period, by the way, 2020 overall, where you're largely getting a pass from the financial markets to pursue other efficiencies. Maybe that even includes quietly not rehiring people or furloughing people and it becoming a full-time layoff. And so, Jim, I do wonder about that flip side. Innovation, yes, coupled with this changing world that we're all a part of right now, but I'm not sure how that's going to play in the real economy when it comes to jobs.
Well, I think that we are facing a reckoning. Carl, you know, these benefits have been so bountiful. Now, of course, obviously, versus CEO compensation, no. But the extra $600, we don't know what's going to happen. Every day there's a new part of the economy that I didn't know was doing poorly. Today, the freelance economy in California. There is a sense, Carl, throughout this period that the stock market has decoupled from the real economy. I'm not going to disagree with that. There are a lot of companies that, frankly, don't represent the United States, the real economy, the small, medium-sized business. But there are a lot of companies out there that figured out how to make money. And I think we don't salute them enough because, wow, we've got some CEOs who really recognize what David was talking about. The world has changed, and they recognize how to profit from it.